Hey everyone out there in the podcast world, I'm Bam Bam from the General Public Podcast Randomness with me, Bam Bam. You're probably listening to this, so I don't even know why I told you my show name or my show or my name, because you're listening. You know exactly who I am. I'm Bam Bam. On my podcast today, on this episode, I'm getting up there on my episodes. It's just pretty cool, right? I've been slacking. I'm sorry. I became an alcoholic like ever since this whole COVID. I hate talking about COVID, but I've been having a hard time not drinking, and I've been drinking a lot, almost every day. The most I can go is about 3-4 days without drinking, and then I start drinking again, and then I stop drinking. But I do my podcast. I've been slacking, in which I am not going to slack. I'm going to start doing this more and more often. And on my episode today, I have from Ohio, USA. Her name is Dee, and she works. No, she doesn't work. She volunteers on her own time for animal rescue for dogs and cats. Yes, we need people like this, and I really appreciate what she does. And I found her over Instagram, and I just asked her if she wanted to do my podcast, and she did. And she's really cool. She has this like really sweet red hair, and she looks like April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, either the cartoon or the 1990s movies. Man, it's fucking awesome. When I told her that, she's like, no one's ever told me that. Of course no one's ever told you that. No, I'm surprised that no one ever told her that. But I did. And she really liked it, you know, when I sent her a little screenshot. It was cool. Let me have a sip of beer. We shared stories on animal experiences, and she told me about what she does with the animal rescue. It was a really good conversation. We got a lot out of it. You know, talking about geese, talking about cats and dogs and different breeds and all that stuff. Like, it's just really cool to talk to someone on my level that enjoys animals just the way I do. Ooh, ha, ha. You know what? For fun, because I have the word randomness in my name, I want to read some random animal facts. Okay? So, here we go. Adult lions pretend to be hurt by the bites of their young to encourage their strength. No idea what that means. I just have no idea. Here, this one's good. Rats are not physically capable of vomiting, hence why rat poison is so effective. See, that I understand. Because if they eat the rat poison and they know it's bad for them, they can't puke it up. And last, elephants are the only species of animals other than humans. Let me repeat myself. I fucked that up. Elephants are the only species of animal other than man known to have rituals around death. That I knew. And if you didn't know that, I hope I blew your mind. I wish I didn't do that whole thing. Anyway, so let's get on to the podcast. I've been slacking a little bit, but I'm not going to slack anymore. Just keep on listening, because I'm going to keep posting and it's going to keep coming, and I got a lot more interesting things. I've been holding back an episode of an impersonator of a really big actor, and I'm pretty sure you guys have watched many of his movies. So, I'll give you a little hint. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Mission motherfucking impossible. I have someone who's kind of attached to that. That's coming up next. And on top of that, I have an episode coming on where me and my buddy, we took some mushrooms and I played a little game on my episode where at the start of the recording, I say, hey, listen, here's the game. Guess when I start getting lit. Anyways, so here we go. I'm Bam Bam, and my guest her name is Dee. She's from Ohio, America, which I love Ohio. I love the music. Marilyn Manson's actually from Ohio, and he's my favorite musician. So, enjoy this episode. Ha! But whatever I can find that piques my interest and entertains the fuck out of my mind. There it is.
Okay. Yay! Okay.
You have really nice hair. Look at that hair.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's like a lioness.
I love.
Sorry. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do the whole typical like meeting thing. Can you actually hear me? Okay.
I can hear you pretty damn good.
Okay. Cool. Am I yelling? I don't want to yell at you.
You on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
You're lagging a little bit. No, you're okay. It's fine.
Okay. We're good. Are we sure? We're good.
We're good. Welcome to my podcast. Hi, I'm Bam Bam.
Hello. Thank you. I'm super excited.
It's nice to meet you.
You as well. You as well.
Out in Ohio.
Yes. The OH.
Do you know
The
Ohio
OH.
is for lovers?
I've heard that. I don't know about all that, but I've heard that.
No, it's a song. My ex-girlfriend was into like a lot of emo music, and I got
Yeah,
that out for
yeah,
playlists, and I still love it. You gotta just go to
Yes.
YouTube and type in Ohio for lovers or something, and it's a good song.
Yeah, no, I can't remember who that's by, but I saw them live once randomly at like some little like bullshit like hole in the wall place
No
years
shit.
ago.
Hey man, you live in a really good city. Do you know how many like rock stars came out of your city? We got Trent Reznor,
I know.
Marilyn Manson, and a bunch others.
Yes.
Tell
Yes,
me you know
and,
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, well, Marilyn Manson for sure, but you know my favorite is Jeffrey Dahmer. So.
Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, that's okay. You're it's not a musician. He was a killer.
Isn't it Dauber? I always thought it was Jeffrey Dauber. You say Dahmer?
Dahmer, yeah.
Wait, what did he do again?
He killed people and he ate them.
Oh yeah. What was that back in the 70s, 60s or something?
I believe so. Yeah, 70s, I think.
America's got all kinds of crazies. Don't worry, we got
Yeah.
Paul Bernardo.
Well, you know, everybody's got they're sprinkled around. I
Yeah.
feel like you have a decent little mix. Yeah.
I mean, shit happens, right?
I mean, sure, yeah. But but they just can't get caught. I mean, you know, because once they get caught, then you're on a podcast and everybody knows about you.
Actually, if you go down to my podcast, what the hell is his first name? Something Kimberlin. Why can't I remember his first name? Oh my god, brain fart. Anyway, so there's this guy. Okay, let's say Dr. Kimberlin, and he's from America. I forget where, and he's one of the main psychiatrists for death row inmates.
Okay.
And I had him on my podcast.
That would
and,
be.
Yeah, and he was telling me about this woman that was up for death row, and then after I did my podcast, like 2 weeks later, I saw on the news that she got put down, and I was just like, oh Jesus
That's
Christ! I was just
crazy.
talking about her with her psychiatrist, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting job. That's.
Oh yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know how he sleeps at night, but that would be cool. That'd be very cool.
Well, you know, I asked him. I says, "Is this like a kick? Are you like do you get off on this?" And he goes, "No,
Right.
it's yeah." Right? I was like, "Are you one of those guys?" And he's like, "No. He's just I generally just like to, He said he was very interested in how people tick, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I understand that because this is why I do my podcast. That's why I have in my podcast name randomness, because I want to talk to anyone and everyone possible and.
Sure.
Hear about their lifestyles because I'm not obviously living them, and it's cool to hear. Like
Sure.
I also get a kick out of how people live their way.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's got a little. I don't know. Everybody's got something, but yeah, I definitely think you've talked to some very interesting folks.
Oh yeah, and I got more coming. So I want to talk to you right there in front of me
Yes,
with the red
here I
hair,
am.
with the beautiful, nice red hair.
Thank you.
I got long hair too. Check it out.
It's lovely.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know. Would you like to comb it
I
for
could,
me?
I could perch mine up on top if you'd like.
No, I kind of like this. I was like, why don't you do a man bun? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. There's no man bun on my head. This is so stupid. But, so I came across you on Instagram. And you're part of an animal rescue I saw. I thought it was like big animal rescue, like all kinds of animals. But no, it's dogs and cats, you said. But I'm like, that's still pretty cool. And I was
Yes.
going through your Instagram, and the first question I wanted to ask you was like, how the fuck do you get a squirrel to eat out of your hand?
Oh gosh. Okay. So the wildlife. Okay. The wildlife. That is. you're just talking about things that like make people like they're things. That is my thing. So you definitely have to you have to have the right tools. You have to have a lot of patience. And I think you just have to not be a dick. Like
You made me joke on my vape.
Well, I mean, because like if a squirrel, if they like sense that you're just an asshole, they're not going to come up and eat out of your hand. They don't want to do that. They don't. That's not very inviting. And you have to have peanuts. Definitely
Yeah.
have to have peanuts.
I've seen that before. I've seen other people that I seen on Instagram that I know that feed squirrels or chipmunks. It's always peanuts for some reason. They love their nuts.
I mean, they do love their nuts. They like a variety of nuts. But like their favorite are almonds, but that's just expensive. So they're getting peanuts, and that's about it.
You want to know a fun fact about almonds?
I would love to know.
As I was reading, they were talking about in the news. I read about it a little bit. Is that in California, that's where the main almond farmers are, and because they're having such a drought, the almond roots they suck up so much water from the land that the almond farmers are pulling out the almond roots so that the land doesn't suck dry from the almond harvest.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so now almonds, like every fucking other food, is gonna go up in cost.
Of course. Well, they're so sorry. The squirrels are just shit out of luck. I can't keep up.
Too expensive.
Sorry. Yep.
Peanuts.
But
what? How do you do it though? Like, how do you I see squirrels all the fucking time, and they look me right in the fucking eye, and they get up and they're like.
Okay, but do you have the peanut though? You gotta.
But what do you do? You just hold it out and just sit there for an hour?
I mean, no. I have like kind of built up a little trust with a few in a little area.
Really? You built trust with the squirrels?
They sit on my lap. Did you see that photo? They sit on my lap,
Yeah.
like to eat their little peanuts. So yes, definitely. And
that is absolutely preposterous, is what it is.
No, it's great. And I've had raccoons. That was a fun one. But yeah, you just sit there and you hold out your hand, and the birds will come down and like eat out of your hands, and then the squirrels will just be like looking at you like, okay, all right, I see you. And then eventually they'll come by, and then it takes a little while sometimes. You gotta coax them, but like I said, you just can't be a dick.
You can't be a dick. You can't be a big veiny dick. As soon as they see that vein, they're gonna run away.
Yeah, that's not enticing to them. Yeah, but you just sit there, and I don't know. They'll come over eventually. If they don't, maybe it's a gift. I don't know. Maybe it's a gift.
I think so. I've never seen dudes do it. It's always girls. It's always girls holding out their hand and little chipmunks.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not a very manly thing to do. I don't know.
I would love to have a pet squirrel.
Yeah. It's great.
You watch Marvel, right?
Yes.
Do you know that there's a character in Marvel called the Squirrel Master, and it's a female?
I did not, but I guess that makes a little bit of sense.
Well, I didn't know, but I would. If you watch, there's from 2000. I don't know when it started. I was watching it around 2014, 15. It's called Ultimate Spider-Man. It's on Disney Plus.
Yes.
That's
okay.
That's like one of the best Spider-Man cartoons I've ever seen. It's basically like what Marvel did in the theaters with the whole Endgame and everything. If you watch that cartoon, sure. It ends up being this massive battle in space, and it's crazy with I think it's on end of season 4. So all the characters from 1 to 4 show up in this battle. It's fucking awesome. Okay. But I mean, I don't know which season it was, but the Squirrel Master showed up with Spider-Man, and she had all these squirrels like all over her and shit, and she could control all the squirrels. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, I'm
not surprised. It was awesome.
I foresee a cosplay in my future. I don't know, very authentic.
You can cosplay Squirrel Master. Or it's either Squirrel Master or Squirrel Girl. One of those. Anyway.
I like Squirrel Master. If it's not Squirrel Master, I think I'm gonna roll with that.
I'd be the Raccoon Master. I've had many bonds with the raccoons. Hey?
They're lovely. They're really lovely. With their little feet, and
they got little hands. They got hands.
I know. They're very misunderstood, I feel like.
Yeah, they're very important. Like, people want to fuck with them, and they do a lot for our ecosystem. They eat all the rodents and the bugs and everything. They keep things in check. And
Yeah, they do. Everybody's got their role.
yeah,
Theirs just has to be super cute. It's very cute.
I know they are. They're super cute. I actually saved one last summer. I posted a video. He got stuck in a dumpster and he couldn't get out. And I was sitting there.
That's true.
I could hear him. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I look over in the dumpster. I'm like, "Oh, hey, little guy." And then he starts like coming towards me. And he's like, he was with big beady eyes. And I'm like, "Hey, you're getting a little close." And he hopped up. And I'm like, "Oh shit!" Right? I was like, I didn't know if he wanted like. I should have had more balls and put my hand out to see if he was gonna throw his hand in mine, and I would have grabbed it and like winged him out,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I opened the door and he walked out. It was cool.
Yeah, but I mean, but the point is that you tried, so that's that's pretty big right there.
Yeah, my goal in life. It's sad to say, but the parents do get hit by cars, but sometimes when I'm driving down country roads, I'm looking in the ditch to see if I could see a baby. Like if I see a dead raccoon on the road, I stop and I look in the ditch to see if they left any babies. Because
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure like it's illegal to have those in Ontario. I live in Canada, Ontario, but
I don't know proper raccoon laws, but yeah.
Yeah, you can't around here. You can't own what's the word I'm looking for? Like not iconic.
Wildlife?
Well, certain wildlife like Canadian wildlife. Like,
Yeah.
I can't own a goose. That's illegal.
Yeah.
Certain thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of exotic.
I think there's some kind of a gray area where if like the mother was killed and the baby was left, and if you get the baby, then you can keep it and raise it.
Sure, you're just like rehabbing it at that point. So
yeah, but you can't buy and sell them. But if you find it like that and you're gonna adopt it, I think there's some gray area. Then every time I see a dead raccoon, I pull over and look in the ditch. I'm just like, is there babies, man? I want one. Like I know they're gonna fuck up my house, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would do the same for sure. For sure.
Yeah, how cool would it be? You give them food, give them a little dish of water, and they wash their food. They're like,
I know, with their little hands.
You gotta watch this video. You gotta go on YouTube. It's the best raccoon video. I've seen it like 29.5 times. Where there's a bunch of cats eating food, and this raccoon comes all slow and shit, and the cats are kind of moving, hissing at the raccoon, and then the raccoon grabs the food and takes off on 2 feet. It just bolts. It just runs away on 2. I'm like, oh my god, he's running on 2 feet. Look at it, he's like, I got the food. Fuck you.
Yeah. Sorry, bitches. Yeah.
Fucking pussies.
And another one I enjoy is he's eating cotton candy, and it like falls in the water, and then he's just like, oh my god, where'd it go? Like he's so confused because it just totally disintegrates in the water. It's so cute.
Oh,
so
man.
cute. But yeah, they're very entertaining. I would love to have one around the house. Not that my house needs any more chaos, but I would love to have one.
What do you have in your house? You got a lot. It looks like you have a lot of pets, or you take pictures of a lot of pets. I don't know.
No, well, I do. I mean, a lot of them. Some of them are from the rescue, but I have 9 animals of my own.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that legal?
Yes. I don't know. Yeah. No, it's fine.
Uh-oh. Hold on. You're lagging a little bit. Can't hear you. Poor network, my ass. Well, I got a little fucked up. She has disappeared. Her phone died. That's for sure. That phone has died, ladies and gentlemen. Hi.
Okay, are we cool?
Yeah, we're cool. I'll forgive you for that.
I literally don't know what the fuck happened, dude. I'm like, hello, hello.
It's China. China or Russia. They're blocking our intercommunications.
This is some really riveting information that they just.
You
have to
talking
get their
about the
hands.
raccoons? No, you will not do that. I cut you off now, Vlad. I swear.
I mean, or maybe they're trying to get in on the secrets. I don't know.
I have TikTok. They fucked me up. That's a conspiracy.
Isn't that like the worst rabbit hole to like get sucked down to though?
TikTok?
Yes.
TikTok's great. It's so entertaining.
I know, but that's the problem. It's too entertaining, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's been 17 hours and I haven't moved.
Yeah, I know. I spent a lot of time on my phone. It's not good.
I know, isn't that crazy? See, that's the other reason why you should get out there and start feeding the squirrels. You can get away from your phone for a little bit, but then you're just gonna want to record.
You seem to know a lot about animals, and I had the geese. The geese were on my driveway. I'm out of bread. I'm all out of bread. I gave them everything. 2 loaves. They had 15 babies with them, and my buddy Smalls was here, and I was like, hey Smalls, record. I'm gonna try and catch one of the babies, and I went at one of the babies and tried to pick it up, but they're quick little bastards, eh? And
yeah,
then
they are.
The mom and the dad instantly, as soon as I went for the baby, the mom and the dad fucking heads up, fucking, and just like came at me with wings out and shit. I'm like, he's like, you gonna get one? I'm like, honestly,
yeah, no.
I took 2 attempts at the baby. They're fucking quick. Jesus Christ, they're quick. And then I came to a conclusion. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna catch the baby because this is the second time that they came around today for bread. So obviously now they're gonna come to me, and I like my geese. I have a bond with the geese. But
As you should, you know.
Yeah, but I was wondering, like, if I pick up the baby, is it gonna have like some kind of anxiety attack? I knew the mom was gonna attack me. That's why I told my buddy to record it, because I don't care. I don't care if it attacks me. But like I was kind of thinking, is the baby gonna fucking like have a heart attack? Because it's like mom, you know, like.
You know, I don't know, but the mom goose like alarmingly large. You're gone again.
What? Someone was calling me fucking.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, no, they're like alarmingly large, and like it's kind of intimidating, like when they're coming at you like that. I just feel like they're kind of like unpredictable. Because I feel like that would. I feel like it would hurt. I don't know. I've never been attacked by a goose.
Nah, no, I don't think so. I think they'll hit you with their wings. Actually, I was kind of doing a little trickery with the mother, and like I was throwing bread, and I was holding my hand in a fist, and the mom was like right on my feet, like, and it was going, and then I opened my hand, and it was biting my fingers, thinking like there was bread, right?
Yeah.
And my buddy, he's freaked out. He was like, the goose like came like 6 feet. And my buddy got off the chair. He's just like, fuck that, right? And then this thing's biting my fingers, and he's like, doesn't that hurt? I'm like, they don't have any teeth, and not really.
It just seems like there'd be like force behind that, you know, like it'd take your fingers off or some shit.
No, he full. I did a video. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. Literally put like this, like a nice like 1/2-inch chunk of my finger in his mouth and went, whoosh, you know, and it was. You can feel the snap, but it doesn't hurt. Yeah,
that's good to know, though. Yeah, you know, for my next outing.
And if it attacks you, like think of like if you're swimming and someone smacks you in the face with a flipper. There's no claws. You know. Yeah,
that's true. I should be more terrified of the raccoon. Like they've got some meaty paws there.
Oh, they got teeth too. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got fangs.
Yeah.
You want to know what's fucking scary is. Last summer, I went to an ostrich farm, and I went into the ostrich enclosure, and I stole the egg from the ostriches. And when the fucking dad comes at you, and the dad he's a good, fuck, how big, he was probably like 9-10 feet tall, he was huge. And the way he was looking at me, and you look down at his feet, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Like, he came at me, and I rolled under the fence, like, fuck this.
Yeah, I'd have to get out of there pretty fast.
But I took 2 of his eggs, and it tastes delicious.
My God, they're like massive too, aren't they?
Yep. Oh yeah, they're like. You ever see Jurassic Park?
Oh yeah.
Remember the raptors?
So that's pretty realistic then. Like.
that's what they are with wings.
That's incredible.
And they move
I don't know.
Ridiculously fucking fast.
Yeah.
Like they can go.
That would be an experience, though.
They go 0 to 60 in like a split second.
That's insane.
It was a great experience.
Yeah.
I put on my Fox mountain bike helmet and everything, and I went in there. It was great.
Yeah. I wouldn't go in without like some like elbow pads or some shit. I don't know.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna put on more equipment, and I think I'm gonna let it kick me.
Uh,
You're talking.
I mean,
Hmm?
I'd like to see it. I don't know. I feel a little bad for you afterwards, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm an idiot, so it's kind of my fault. It's not kind of. It is my fault. Like you're talking to
Yeah,
a guy
right.
whose
You're just,
idol is Johnny Knoxville, for fuck's sake.
you're just asking for it, right? Yeah.
I am asking for it, and I kind of want it. Like if you go on my Instagram and like look at the stupid shit I do. I literally run into trees for fun, or
Yeah.
signs,
Well,
stop signs, or any kind of street sign.
yeah. This one's just coming at you like full force.
Yeah. Fuck. Forget about me. It's all about you. So you work for an animal rescue. When did you start doing this, and why?
So I started in 2016, and I don't know the why behind it. It's just something that I've always wanted to do. It's like I was always the type of person that's like, oh look, I found a baby squirrel, or anything that could come home with me did come home with me, like when I was a kid. So it's just something that I've always wanted to do. So in 2016, I started fostering dogs, and that is part of the reason why I now have 4 dogs, and I don't foster anymore for that reason.
Because you couldn't let him go, eh?
Yeah. I mean, anybody that's ever like fostered before will tell you like that's the hardest thing is to let them go. I mean, I've had asshole fosters where it's like I love every single one of them that has ever come through my house, but there have definitely been some where I'm just like, okay, we can go now. I'm ready. Because you definitely form a special bond with every single one of them. You get to know their ins and outs and all that kind of stuff. But there were 2, and I just kind of couldn't let it go, and it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, I kind of had to make that decision and being like, are you like willing to like? I'm sorry, someone just walked in. Willing to like stop doing this, and that probably just fucked everything up, didn't it?
No, it
You want me to
doesn't
start
matter.
over? You want me to start over?
Start over. You
Yeah.
said it. No, you took him in because when you were a kid, you just take home everything.
Yeah,
Are you gonna take me home? Are you gonna take Bam Bam home?
Sure. I mean,
I'm just here in Ohio so far.
I had some extra supplies for you. I'd have to find some extra supplies for you, but I could probably find.
I need some
somewhere
catnip.
a corner shop.
I need catnip and a really comfy pillow. That's all I need. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could probably work that out. We can probably figure that out.
Sounds good. Just scratch my ear once in a while. We're good.
Okay. Well, now you're kind of asking a lot, but we'll
At least
probably
play with my hair. Pet the ponytail. Pet the ponytail.
The not man bun. Okay, we can do that.
Yes, there's no man bun. It's a ponytail. Okay, I like it. I like
No,
saying
it's
ponytail.
not. It's not. And, I think
my mom gave me My Little Ponies when I was a kid.
Well, that's so you could practice doing the hair, right?
I did. I was combing the fucking hair. It was awesome. And I had this one My Little Pony. If you put it in water, all these patterns showed up. It was crazy.
I feel like that's just a good life skill to have. She was just like, setting you up for later when you have a little top knot.
It was the opposite. You'd figure my G.I. Joe would shoot the My Little Pony. No, I put the G.I. Joe on the fucking My Little Pony, and then the G.I. Joe and My Little Pony killed the Transformers.
Yes. I feel like that is a force to be reckoned with right there.
Oh man. So you deal with cats and dogs. You don't have any cat, I guess. Do you have cats?
I do. Yeah, I have 4 of those as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So you have 4 cats or 4 dogs. Oh man,
Yes,
your
and-
house smells amazing.
Lovely. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's the summer is a blessing. So
You don't
can
look
open
like
the
a cat
windows.
lady.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not like typical like cat lady that you would think. Like I said, I started off fostering dogs, and like that's where I kind of picked up everything from. I was never a cat person, and that's like almost now primarily what I do. So it's kind of crazy. It's just like kind of done like a 180, and I don't know.
Cats are cool.
I'm not.
I like them. I'm never gonna buy a cat again. I don't want a cat. The only 2 cats I want is a hairless or a Persian cat.
Yes.
Because they both look stupid as shit.
You're right. And you have to go like one extreme to the other. I feel like you almost have to have both. That way you can be like, this is my cat that has no hair, and this is my cat that has all of the hair. You gotta have both.
Persian cats are cross-eyed. I love it. They're like.
Yeah, well, they've got the pushed-in noses. Yeah, they've got the pushed-in noses, and they're. We had one here not too long ago, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, he was great. We actually had to shave him down because he was super matted, and so he ended up having like little boots. And
little boots? You put boots on a fucking Persian cat?
No. The way we had to shave him, he ended up having little boots.
Oh,
so,
like hair boots.
Yeah. So I don't know if you'll get the reference.
You poodled the Persian cat.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll get the reference, but we called him T-Pain because he had little boots with the fur, and he was very, very entertaining to watch walk around. It was very cute.
I had a pug for 15 years, right? So I got used to. Pugs are so ugly, they're cute. And when you come home and that thing is like, you know, and you see his face, you're like, oh, yeah. You gotta
same
laugh
situation, yeah.
Persian cats are the same.
They're just, yeah, I feel like they are. They're kind of like, you know, it's like a face really, really only a mother could love. Because you're like, oof, something's wrong. What happened to you?
Yeah, I know. And the hairless cat, same thing. So...
they're great too, though. They're awesome.
I've never actually seen one in real life yet.
I don't know. To pet them, it's very, very weird. I mean, it's like it doesn't feel like skin. It's just weird. I don't know. It's like because you would think like, oh, you don't have hair, but they kind of like have like little almost fuzzies. I don't know. It's weird.
It'd be kind of fun. Because my pug, the one thing I really liked is because they had really, really short hair, right? So it's almost like you could feel the warmth of them. I love to just like shirtless, like cuddle them.
Yeah.
It was the best.
Yeah.
So a hairless cat, you mean that kind of weird skin, just like cuddle that hairless cat and be like, oh, yeah, it's kind of nice. Sounds weird, but it's, you know. It's,
yeah, it's just nice in the weirdest way.
Yeah, nice in the weirdest way. Oh, man. So what kind of animal, so you volunteer at animal rescue?
Yeah,
what do you do for them?
It's funny. That's my side gig, but I don't get paid. It's totally volunteer basis. So that's funny because I figured that would be the hardest question that you asked me. I feel like chaos coordinator is a really good way to put it. Like I said, I started fostering in 2016. I did that for a number of years, and I don't do that anymore, and I have a foster cat at my house right now. So it just always ends up working out that way. Like every once in a while, like I had a little a baby mouse a couple of months ago, and someone asked me, they're like, where did you come across this? I'm like, I'm in rescue. Like I don't come across these things. They just like come to me. Like I don't pick these things. People are just like, oh, Dee, guess what? I found this. Are you going to take care of it for me? And Dee always says, Dee I can't say no. I literally can't say no because it's always an experience. Whether it's a good one or a bad one, it's definitely always an experience. But right now, like I said, I moved primarily over to dealing with our cats, and so I do a lot with them. I do like medical stuff with them. I do all of the. I don't want to say I do all of it. I have a partner that does it with me.
Like
so
injecting them
I
and
can't
everything.
Yes. Yeah, I do give shots. And
you gotta get a permit for that. Like you got to do a course. No, you can't just like stick needles and things.
That's actually what I went to school for. That's not what I do for my day job now, but it is what I went to school for.
Well, what did you go to school for? What was the title?
I went to school to be a vet tech. Yeah, that's what I went to school for. But like I said, that's not what I do. But this is the perfect application for me to do that in because I have I feel like I have a lot of knowledge now, but more of that knowledge came from just experience and just seeing different things. And because that's the thing with rescue is that people are just they come in and they're like, oh, I would love to do this every day, this looks so fun. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like it's fun, but the animals that we see, they're not all healthy and happy, and a lot of them are scared, a lot of them are knocking on death's door. So it's just one of those things where every experience is a little bit different, but I feel like that's how I've learned so much. And I've kind of just been able to apply that
See,
to.
the thing about you said that every animal doesn't come, and everyone's like, "Oh, it must be a lot of fun," and I thought about that too. But I put down 2 dogs in the last. I had a border collie and my pug in 2015. I had to put them down, and 2000, I don't know, 18 or 19. I put down my pug. He was about 14 and a half. Border collie was 16, right? But I didn't want to be a dick. They drug him up, right? They say, how much you want him to be out, like, doped up. I said, give him the works, man. Like make him happy. And then I sit there in front of the face and hold both dogs held their face, stared in their eyes, and then they ask you, are you ready? And they give them the blue juice, right? Mm-hmm. So when and that is terrible. You literally feel
you're never ready.
No, you're not. You're not ready, but I just said do it, and then all of a sudden, silence. That's it. It's done, right? And it's like fuck, but that's a big part of it, I'm sure, because you're in an animal rescue, so you got to see dogs get put down because they're not healthy, or dogs come in abused. Maybe someone burned them or beat them, or they're missing a fucking leg, or who knows what. Like I've seen some dogs. Sure. I've been trying to adopt for a year, and some of these dogs that I see, I filter it out. Like it's near impossible to adopt for one right now. I've been trying for a fucking year, and I guarantee it's because when I do the application, it takes like 30 minutes to do an application, right? And I guarantee that when they get the applications, if you're solo, like I've had dogs. I've had many dogs in my life. I'd be a great dog owner, right? I pay attention to them. I train them. I know a lot about. I just know a lot. I'd be great. But I feel like anyone who has a girlfriend or kids trumps me, and it's killing me. It's killing me.
So it's interesting because I do that part of the rescue too. I run the apps. I'm in. I say this, but I have a partner. I'm not doing this all alone. I'm in charge of that whole process, at least for the animals that are under me. I have a few dogs that are under me now, but like I said, I primarily look after the cats now. And that is kind of funny that like you're hearing it from that perspective. Like, for us, like, I don't know, there is a long application process and stuff like that. Yeah, it does take like 30 minutes or whatever, but I think everybody's dynamic is a little bit different. And it's like, we're not trying to be like, I hate you, you suck. It's just that like, we've either been able to learn something about them that they like or dislike, or a certain dynamic that they would do best in. I've got cats that like, try putting them with like young kids. Yeah, fuck no. That's never going to happen. They're never going to like thrive in that environment. Like, but I have like a cat. It's funny. I have one. I'm at the rescue right now, and I'm sitting and I'm looking at one and right now, and he's just like laying on the desk. And I'm like, you could go anywhere. Like he could literally go to any family dynamic. So I do feel really bad because like the ones that I get tons of applications for, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the family. Half the time I'm just like, you're great. Just, I'm looking through these and I'm like, I don't know who to pick. It's hard. But sometimes like I'll get an application and I'm just like, ooh, you kind of suck. Like,
why? What was on that application? What piqued your interest?
No, I try to be really open with like certain people, but like sometimes they'll just be like, well, I work 70 hours a week. They're going to be home, all by themselves. I don't have anybody else that lives in the home or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, that's fine. You could be, you might be great for like a cat, but it's hard for me to be like, you would be a great fit for like a puppy or something like that. 'Cause you're never home.
See, wait. This is where it gets me. Okay. So dogs have you tell me if I'm right or wrong. I've read dogs have a short-term memory span. Okay. So when you leave, they don't comprehend the time that you're gone. That's why if you leave you go out the door, you go to the grocery store 10 minutes, you come back and they're stupid excited to see you because in their minds, it's like if you left for 5 hours or 1 hour, it feels, no matter what, it always feels like you left for like a month.
Sure.
Right. That's why they're always stupid excited to see you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like for me, if I'm working 40 hours and I'm on my own, okay, and I say, okay, I'm going to take the dog out in the morning, It's going to get used to being home for the 8 hours I'm gone. He'll entertain himself. He'll sleep. He'll nap, whatever. I come home, take him out right away. And then maybe after that, after dinner, I'm going to take him out for a nice hour exercise.
Sure.
That's sufficient.
Yeah.
That's good. That
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
more than enough for a dog.
Absolutely.
But I've had applications where I applied for a 5-month-old German Shepherd. And in the requirements said someone who works from home and doesn't leave home for more than 3 hours or a retiree. I called this person.
Yeah.
I'm like, you out of your fucking mind? That's what I said. As soon as they answered, hi, how you doing? I'm like, you're the one with the German Shepherd, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? And she's like, what? I'm like, your requirement says a retiree. That's a person 65 plus. What happens when that German Shepherd turns 2 years old? It's pretty much a teenager, and it's fucking like 140, 60 pounds. And that thing is ape shit. What do you want? A fucking German Shepherd to sit on their fucking lap and next to the thing while they watch fucking, Wheel of Fortune? What happens when they take it outside and it sees a fucking squirrel? It's gonna knock you off your fucking ass, right? I'm like, you didn't even look at my application. I'm fucking 5 years old. Sorry, I'm 36. I lied about that.
65 years old.
65 years old. But I mean, and they're like, oh, but the dog has separation issues and all this. I'm like, it's 5 months old. Any 5 month anything is gonna have separation issues. Are you fucking well? You village idiot.
Yeah.
Like, so, God, like, I wish. You know what? I'm gonna go through the adoption website. It's called Pet Finder, and I'm gonna screenshot. And I'm gonna do a whole episode on some of these requirements. It is just out of this goddamn. This is like Rick and Morty shit.
So I totally understand it. Like from that whole. I don't know why they would only consider somebody like that. That's a whole problem with like the whole like pandemic thing is that like people are going to have to go back to work eventually. Like, and now your dog is going to have separation anxiety because you haven't left your house in 9 fucking months. So now you're gonna have like a whole new learning curve with them trying to get like back to whatever normal is. So that's a whole nother can of worms. But so it is funny, like some of the requirements, and it's a little bit different, like obviously with dogs than it is with cats. Like for dogs, I dealt with a lot of like herding breeds because I have 4 herders at my house. So for me, I'm like. Yeah, I know.
I had a border collie.
Chaos.
That's a herder. Holy shit. He herded me every fucking morning.
It's chaos. But, so like for me, like one of my dogs, the one that I end up keeping, she could scale a fence. Like straight up, like just if you had a chain link fence, she would walk over it without thinking twice. So for me, like when I had her up for adoption, I said, if you have a fence and you plan on keeping her in the yard with the fence, it's got to be like a privacy fence. She will scale a chain link fence. So like that was something that I said, like, you have to have, because if you're going to leave her unattended, like she's going to be gone. But, I do understand that like we have like other people in our organization that like are a lot more strict about, what they will allow and what they won't allow. And for me, I'm just like, I want them to get a good home, but I also understand that everybody's dynamic is a little bit different, and it's never going to be 150% perfect. You're going to have to just trust people a little bit and say, hey, you're going to figure it out. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like when I...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I fully concur with that. I just... The one thing that's killing me about this whole pandemic is everyone's trying to capitalize on the dog. So if a dog was like $1,400, now it's $3,500.
Oh yeah.
Right? If adoption fee was $200, now it's fucking $9. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely hogwash.
It's just all demand sort of thing, and for me in the rescue world, like I find that really challenging, because it's like I want to get them in and to a home. I want them to get out the door so that I can bring more in. And you know what I mean? It has to be right, obviously. I'm not just going to like hand a dog off to anybody, but like at the same time, like it's when you make it challenging for people to do that, or make it super expensive for people to do it. I mean, obviously, like we're a nonprofit, the adoption fee basically covers what we're putting into the dog. But, when you're capitalizing on all that stuff, it's just like, well, who's benefiting from that? Because it's sure as hell's not the dog.
No, not at all. And I'm a little, I'm wondering, like especially because you're in the rescue field, so I mean, as soon as everything opens up, what do you think? People are going to give them back, or?
I don't know.
That's a concern I've been hearing on the news.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know. And that kind of goes back to the whole like separation anxiety thing, is because I think people that have either like never dealt with things like that before, or like first time dog owners or something like that, they don't know how to cope with those things. They don't know like the proper ways to like help them transition into those, into like them not being home all the time. So I don't know. I think it's going to be kind of split 50-50 with ways, with people thinking like, hey, what can I do? Can you help me through this? And people saying, never mind, this dog's a freak, I'm just going to give it back. So I don't know. I don't know. That definitely is something that has crossed my mind, though.
Hey, listen, there's a thing that always happens. It's I don't know. I think it's subconscious at this point, but like at the 30-minute mark, which we're at 27 minutes, I have to pee. Okay,
yeah,
I'll be right back. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Let me be more of a gentleman. I have to tinkle.
I have to take a piss. Go ahead, do it.
All right, thanks. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Did you experience the relief you were hoping for?
Oh yeah, it was magical. Absolutely magical.
Good. Good.
You know the thing about people owning dogs is like the one problem I have is when people live in like just say a small like in a condo or an apartment or something like that. They want a dog and they're like, "Oh, I don't have enough space." It doesn't matter your space, you fucking village idiot. It's about the time that you spend with the dog outside.
Sure. Right.
You concur with that, or you know?
In some cases, yes. In some cases, yes. Like I said, I deal with a lot of like herding breeds. Would I put like one of my dogs in like a studio apartment? Fuck no. No.
Hang on. Let's discuss this a little more. So, what kind of herding dog do you have? Like border collie, let's say.
Yeah. Well, we'll say that they're all mixes, but like the one that I'm thinking of specifically, she's an Australian Kelpie, and she's a border collie mix. So she's an Australian Kelpie border collie mix. She's just the literal like definition of chaos.
Blue eyes.
Definitely. What?
Blue eyes.
She does not. Her eyes are brown, actually.
Oh yeah, usually the Australian. Well, the Kelpie. That's an Australian Shepherd, right? Kinda.
Yes. So it's sort of like that. Yeah. They're more like an Australian cattle dog.
Yeah.
But like they're like an Australian cattle dog on crack.
I know. I love those dogs, and they usually have blue eyes, and they got that crazy eye. They're like,
yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, like someone like me, if I lived in a condo, I could manage that, right? The dog could run around the condo a little bit here and there, but I mean, I would. Fuck, you got to take those dogs out for at least a couple hours a day, no? Like.
Yeah, they have to have constant mental stimulation.
Yeah.
So even if it's not walking though, like that's the other thing that like a lot of people will say, because like I said, a lot of my previous adopters are something in the herding breed. Like they'll reach out and be like, I take them on 4 walks a day. I don't know what to do, and it's not just a physical thing for them. It's a mental stimulation. So like they need something all the time, and if not, they're gonna find something to do. Well, whether or not that's something they're supposed to do or not, but yeah, they'll find something.
I had a purebred border collie from the early 2000s up until 2015 or 16 when I put him down. He was actually 16 years old. No health issues. He just deteriorated. I had to. What I'm saying, where I'm getting at is actually there's a trick, right? Like you said, they need mental stimulation, which they love to cuddle. They have to cuddle with you. Like they always need to be
to be touching you all the time.
Yeah, they're very fucking needy motherfuckers. But I found a trick, right? So we had a family of 4 at the time. I was a teenager when we had him, and so he got a lot of exercise, you know. Jog with my dad, jog with my brother, go to work with my dad. He'd fucking walk with me, and I found a trick. This trick is awesome. Anyone who has a collie needs to know this trick. Sprinkler.
Okay.
You turn on that sprinkler. Because fucking my border collie loved that water, man. It was like tick 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 tick,
Yeah.
and he would go back and forth, and I would just sit there and like have a beer and just watch him like have a cigarette. I was smoking cigarettes back then, not anymore. And I just sit there on my chair and I just watch him back and forth for like an hour, and then when he just dropped and he's like, I was like, all right, let's go inside. You're good.
Yeah. You did all the work for me. I don't need to keep doing this. Yeah.
He
have
was
such a beautiful,
fucked.
luscious lawn and everything.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like for adoption purposes, if it's like a really energetic dog, like to me, I would say I wouldn't want to deny a person just because they live in a small space. Meanwhile, they might be an energetic person. You probably have to see the guy. Like if you saw me, I'm fit as fuck. As soon as you see my fucking calves, you're gonna be like, yeah, you can handle that dog in a small condo, no problem. You're a runner, right? So
you're saying like I need to put like a visual component to the application, like please attach a photo of your calves so that like we can
yeah.
further.
I'd say so. I'd say, man, if you want that energy, I need to see the energy. I need to see those calves, baby.
Yeah. Needs like a whole metabolic panel, little blood sample.
Oh. I need to see some biceps. If you got a 4-pack, you're okay. You're okay.
Yeah. You're getting there, but you're not quite there yet. Sorry, keep working.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're working for the animal rescue. You ever had any fucked up situations with any dogs that came in?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely actually we get situations all the time. I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of, they just need to come in, they need to decompress for a little while. They just kind of need to understand that they're not in a threatening environment and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes it takes a little while. We've definitely had long-term residents. We've definitely had dogs that come and go in 2 days. So it's everyone's a little bit differently. Yeah, everyone's a little bit different. But we've had some extreme medical cases. We've had we've had everything.
Like what? Like what? Give me an example.
Okay,
be
so
specific.
One we have right now. It's very interesting. He was born with both gender parts.
What?
So yeah.
Hang on. Whoa. Hold on. So this whole thing. This is the thing with humans actually right now. Where if you're a male, it's like I'm a female. I'm gonna go play female sports and it's a really big deal. So you're telling me that there's a dog with both parts? How does that look?
Yeah.
Does it have a penis and a
It's hard to describe actually. It actually looked very painful. It wasn't apparently to the dog, but it looked very painful. He did have the surgery recently, and that's the only reason why that one's at the top of my mind. I don't know if I would have like pulled that one out of like thin air otherwise, but he's a current case, and he did have the surgery. Everything was functional and is currently functional, but when he first came in, we were, because when they first come in, we've got to get them set up with folders and shots and all that kind of stuff, and we were like sexing them, and it was like, oh, you guys want to come look at this? Because I've never seen anything like this before.
Bunch of mixed bits, eh?
Yeah, it was definitely, I don't know. It was something.
Did it look like a knot? Like, was it like all tied up like a knot? Like
it actually looked like it was split down the middle, and it looked like
I'm trying to imagine. So it was split with a wee wee, or like was there a ball sack and the ball sack and the vag on top of the sack, like.
So like the main visual component that you would notice when you looked at it, like it looked like a penis, but it was like split in half. Like there were two sides of it.
Like an open banana?
Yes. That's a good way to say it.
That's fucking terrible.
All right, next time someone asks me about this, I'm just gonna have to say it like that.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's a transgender dog. By By birth. By birth. Not even by surgeon.
It was definitely the first time I've ever seen that. It was.
You know, I'm not
first...
like I'm surprised. I've never heard that before, but I'm not surprised because I've on, let's say, Instagram or TikTok or whatever the fuck, I've seen two-headed dogs before. These are even two-headed humans. It's rare, but it happens. So
it happens, yeah. And we see, I mean, like it's thousands every year, and it's well, okay, I'll say hundreds. I think we did 1,200 adoptions last year or something like that, and we're pretty small, so for us that's pretty damn good. But that being said, like we've seen a lot, but that was the first one for me. And like I said, I've been doing this since 2016, so definitely not something you see every day. Oh. That's something I want to see every day. It looked painful as hell.
Jesus. So how did they fix it? Did they fix it to the female part or the male part?
They fixed it to the male part. Because
that was more dominant, maybe. Like there's more of a male part than a female part.
I'm not sure like why they decided to do it. I don't know if it was like functionality wise, like that one was what happened to work better. I'm not really sure why they decided on one versus the other.
Damn, that is crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's that's what we're dealing with right now.
That's gonna be my Instagram promo clip right there when you said that.
Oh, great.
Well, it's part of the podcast. I mean, if someone hears that, they're like, I'm definitely going to listen to this.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Tune in.
It's like a episode of Rick and Morty. You ever watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah. I've been known to dabble in the Rick and Morty.
Hey, Morty, you got to come with me, Morty. Skip school. I don't know, Rick. I mean, my parents didn't want me to skip school. Come on, Rick. No, I don't want to do this. Morty, it's very important. Morty. I've been practicing.
I feel like that's a little too good. You know, you've definitely spent some time on that. That was good.
I actually have. I was like, my buddies were over last night. We went for a walk. We went to the skate park and the lake and stuff, and we were drinking. I got a little hammered, and I watched like 3 episodes, and I was just like, I kept rewinding certain scenes, like Morty, they're coming for us, Morty. We gotta get the fuck out of here. They're gonna kill us, Morty. I don't know, Rick. My parents. What happened to my parents, Morty? Like Rick. Like I don't know. I went off on it. I do it all the time.
Good. No, that's really good.
You remember Bobby's World?
I don't.
You don't know Bobby's World?
No. Was it an adult cartoon?
No, it was a cartoon in the early 90s, and oh fuck, who the fuck talked for Bobby? You know this actor.
God, I hope I do, or I'm gonna feel like a dumbass.
You definitely do. Bobby's World. Howie Mandel talks for Bobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bobby would be like, Mom, I can't get my bike. Can we go over there, please? I just want to go to the park. Like, so.
This is very entertaining. Like that.
I know. I should be a fucking voice actor.
I know. Seriously. Like that was pretty impressive.
What about Harry Potter? You know Dobby?
Yes.
Dobby likes his socks, master. I will take his socks off your feet.
This is crazy. Like I don't even like know what I'm like taking in right now.
What about Transformers?
Yeah.
What's his name? Remember Starscream?
Okay, no. Sorry.
Megatron, we have to go get Optimus Prime. What are we doing, Megatron?
This sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you by name.
Starscream from Transformers.
Was he like green or something?
Oh, he was the Jet. He was like
I'm lost. I'm sorry.
He was Megatron's little bitch. I don't know.
Oh, of course. If he was Megatron's little bitch, then that's all you had to say.
It's Megatron's little bitch. Oh man. Hey, listen, I don't want to keep you for too much longer, so tell me. I got a couple of things I was gonna ask.
Yeah, for sure.
Things. What's your favorite type of dog?
In a general sense, the herding dogs are my favorite. So I have my Kelpie, I have an Australian cattle dog, I have an Australian Shepherd, and then I have a Heinz 57. I have no idea what she is, but
Did you say a Heinz
she's-
57?
yeah,
It's like a scientific name for like an alien.
yeah. Well, she's a little bit of that, I would say.
I don't know what it is.
She's special. I mean, she's definitely like a shepherd of some sort, but I couldn't tell you what.
Hey.
Tell you what.
You know, I got to be a little educational here. People need to fucking learn some things, okay? So,
Okay.
anyone who buys a dog needs to fucking understand that you can't call it Mike
Okay.
or John
That's fair.
or it
So
has.
no people names.
Well, no, it can be people names, right? But like you can you confirm this? Is that a dog needs 2 syllables, so it has to be Bam Bam
Oh.
or Johnny or Mike E, Mike E,
Yeah.
2 syllables, right? Because the command no, yes, sit, lie, down, do 1 syllable, right? You're confusing the fuck out of the dog when you give him a name like Mike, right? So if you say treat or Mike, you're confusing the fuck out of him. Is this real?
That's actually fair, yeah. But you don't want to do more than 2, though. Like,
No.
some people will be like, this is, I don't know, I can't think of anything
Beyonce.
good at the moment, but like,
Johnny
Yeah.
be good.
but, yeah, and it's like, okay, you need to stick with 2, because anything past 2, they're gone. They're not going to fucking listen to you. They have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So, yeah.
I love when dogs have human names, but
Yeah.
I've seen dogs that have like 1 syllable names, and I go to him, I'm like, you do realize that he's not gonna understand when you say his name or fucking sit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Did
That's
you?
That's a
I-
great point.
Yeah, I don't remember. I learned that at some point. It's always been on the in my mind. And you, as working animal rescue, so you're very involved and you've done some education for veterinary and all that stuff. So like, was that something they told you too when you're doing veterinary education?
I hadn't heard the 1 versus 2, but definitely no more than 2. That's definitely something that we've told people, because it's gone after 2. They're just like, I don't know what you're fucking saying. I'm not gonna listen to that shit. So yeah.
I got my names picked out, so I'm gonna like my dream dog. I don't remember why. It was back in 2010, I think, that I came across this dog is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. You know what that is?
Yep.
Yep. Well, they're under the pit bull ban in Ontario, so I can't get one here. There are breeders, but they're not really advertising, let's say. I did find one guy who was walking one of the ones I won. It was the tan Staffordshire Bull Terrier with the white patch on his chest. Nice posture,
Yeah.
chest, shoulders, beautiful little
Yeah.
dog. And I remember he gave me the number for the breeder, and like a month after, I remember I fucking sneezed and I threw my phone in the toilet and I lost the number. So
Can we wait? I'm sorry. Can we talk about that just a little bit more?
sure.
How the fuck? How does that happen?
Put it this way.
Like, I gotta say, like, I've fumbled and I've dropped my phone, but like, what?
I don't
that work?
text and pee anymore.
Okay, all right. So you were doing another act at the time, like you were doing something else. You weren't just like, whoa. You know?
It was on New Year's. I was hammered and I was texting.
Oh, okay.
I was taking a piss, and in my left hand I had my phone, and I was texting my buddy, "Hey, check this out!" I went, and I was like, "Oh no!" It's like I tried to throw the
Okay.
phone. I pulled it out and I put it in rice, and nothing worked. It didn't work.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
all right.
So, anyways, if
So
I
there
want,
were more layers to that. I just had to make sure we weren't just,
oh, when I
dropping
sneeze,
little
I
things in
sneeze
the-
hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. That's okay. Now that I got the full story on that, I just had to make sure we weren't just like dropping things in the toilet for no reason. But yeah. Anyway, back to that. I didn't know that you guys had a ban. We have like a few like counties and stuff like that have like bully breed bans, but I didn't realize that was so widespread up there. That's very interesting.
Yeah, no, yeah. Here in Ontario, it's been banned for years. The government is working on getting rid of it because it's not really the ban we have is not detailed. They're just like, we're gonna ban pit bulls and anything related to it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
American
So
bulldogs
yeah.
are legal, Have you ever seen an American bulldog?
All the time. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
those
yeah.
are bigger than fucking pit bulls and bigger jaws, bigger teeth. They're not banned. All they said, pit bull, anything that has to do with a pit bull, and a Staffordshire Bull Terrier is a pit bull cousin, so it falls under the ban. Okay, you can own it or adopt. I've seen people with young pit bulls. The only problem, is I talked to breeders, like just saying out in Quebec or the next province over. I think it was like Winnipeg or something. So I'd have to take a nice 10-hour drive to go get a pup. Oh, look at that little kitty. But
Yeah.
Look, it matches your hair. It matches your hair. Oh,
yes, this is my little ginger baby.
He just wants to cuddle. Look at him. Look at him.
He does. He's the best.
He looks like Garfield.
He's the best.
Garfield.
I love him to death. Love this fucking cat.
I fucking love that cat too now. But I'd have to drive 10 hours away to go get a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. And I've talked to the breeders, and it's going to cost me like $3,500. And I asked them, I said, I'm in Ontario. And they're like, are you sure you want to bring it back to Ontario? And I says, well, yeah. I'm like, but can you just put on the certificate just Terrier? The only issue is I've had mean dogs. Never attack. Well, I've had dogs that attack people, but it was for a good cause. Good reason. Right? But not on my watch. Okay? Like, they never attack. I'm good with dogs, so I feel like if I get that dog, I'm okay. And they warned me. They said, "Hey, listen, if it ever attacks anybody or a child or anything, and they pull it into a humane society and they do a DNA test and they see that it has pit bull blood, you're gonna get fined thousands. Oh. You're screwed."
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm down for that.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in the next year or so they're gonna restructure the ban on the pit bull or probably get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not the pit bull, man. Go look at videos.
It has nothing to do with the breed. Yeah. That breed, it's BSL here. It's breed, breed. I forget. Anyway, but it's like, they're banning the breed and not like the behaviors or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. But because they're under that umbrella, it's just they all get the bad rap, unfortunately.
Yeah, but the thing about the pit bull, like I get, like before in time they were bred for fighting, right? That was the main reason. So they do have the aggression in them if you teach them the aggression, okay? But it's like any dog. My fucking border collie was aggressive. He was very protective of the property and the family.
Yeah, it has a whole hell of a lot to do with their upbringing, for sure.
Yeah, so it's all about the owner. I mean, it's so stupid because there's worse dogs than a pit bull. German Shepherds are can be vicious. Dobermans can be vicious.
Oh yeah, they all can.
What's that? Doberman Pinscher?
Rottweilers.
Rottweiler. Oh Jesus Christ.
Akitas, right? I mean, and it's just sad because even like I don't know if you guys have this here, but like they have like blanketed other they're called vicious breeds and they all fall under that like blanket. I'm like, okay, could you please be more specific? Because I don't know what that means to you. Like I kind of act like a smart ass if I'm like talking to somebody in that sense, because I'm just like, tell me what that means to you, because to me, I don't understand what you're saying, because I just kind of like, tell me what you mean by that and why you mean that and all that kind of stuff, because I'm just trying to like understand like why you got that in your head that is a specific breed issue, that why do you think that is a vicious breed? So but I don't know, here we have if you have a pit bull in some cities, you have to have extra insurance. You have to have a 6-foot fence, and your fence has to go down so far underneath the ground.
What? So
yeah.
Holy
there's definitely there's definitely a lot that goes with it, but it makes it really challenging because for us, that's the most, unfortunately, the most euthanized breed in shelters. It's the most overpopulated. It's harder than hell for us to adopt them out because people have that, stigma. But they're great dogs. I have 2 next door, and they're the most lovable, beautiful dogs than you would ever meet. They'll jump right up in your lap, give you kisses. They're great. They're great.
And look at all the TikTok videos of them licking babies, the wiggling their little stubby tails,
I know.
For anyone listening, if you have something against a pit bull, How many people do you know that own a Yorkshire Terrier? You know, the Yorkie? Do you know,
Oh God.
do you know the history on the Yorkie? A lot of people don't know the
bit
sorry.
more. I've been like bit or nipped at more by small dogs, you know, than I ever have
they're
with,
fucked up.
larger dogs.
So
Because they've got that like little dog syndrome where they're like, hey, I got something to prove here, you know.
let me give you a little something to think about here. So pit bulls can be raised in little babies and children and be a great family dog, but you're holding this little tiny Yorkshire Terrier that's like a teacup and you think it's really adorable, but you know what that was bred for, right?
I don't. Ankle biting. I don't.
Yorkshire Terriers, Yorkies, were bred back in the kingdom days with like kings and queens and when there was castles and everything. When they had rat infestations, one Yorkie they would throw into the rat hole and the thing would go in there and it would massacre the whole rat population. They're fucking they're goddamn rat murderers is what they are. That's why Yorkies, when you see them all gizmo and gremlin type shit, you know, because they want to fucking kill something. They're fucking psychotic. And these people put little booties on them and make them look all cute with little bow ties and shit. They're fucking murderers. They want to murder. That's the purpose of a Yorkie. It wants to murder rodents. It doesn't want to sit in your lap. It wants to kill rodents. It's a squirrel killer. Yeah, pit bulls. Yeah, with those nice shiny beady eyes, wagging their tail, fucking licking babies, and you put a bow tie in a Yorkie. Go fuck yourself, everybody.
I don't know if you've ever seen those pictures of them like next to little baby seals, like the pit bulls and the baby seals, and they're with their ears back and they're just like they look like baby seals. They're sweet, and you know, and I'm not typically to just clear, I'm not typically a small dog person, but I have had plenty of them that have come through here that are just sweeter than anything. I mean, but I will say, like I said, I've been bit more by small dogs than I ever have large dogs.
Yeah,
so,
you like if you're gonna ban any fucking dog, I'd say ban the damn Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are fucking nut. Those things are Hannibal Lecters, man.
And I don't know if it's just because like everything in the world is so big, so it's all like intimidating to them. You know, I truly don't know. But that being said, my cats aren't that way, so I don't know. I just don't know if they're just like, oh my God, everything's threatening to me, so I've got to put this like, you know, this little front up. But I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's what I think too. Like those little fucking Chihuahuas are the most psychotic fucking dog in the world. Those things are fucking vicious. They need muzzles. They do. The
little mini muzzles for their tiny ass noses.
They need a little Hannibal Lecter mask is what they need.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw a guy put one on his dog. I'm like, you shouldn't do that, man. That just makes the dog look even more fucked. Hey,
oh God.
I gotta ask you one last question. Because I don't want to keep you. I'm sure you got like a bunch of animals to take care of, and you got Garfield on your lap, and you maybe want to comb.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's circling my ankles, like waiting for me to feed him. I think he already ate, but I think he's waiting for more.
What animal adventure do you want? What's your like animal adventure goal?
That's an interesting question. Adventure-wise, I feel like is every day of my life. My goal, I mean, I'm never going to meet this goal, but my goal is for me to not have a purpose anymore. I don't love to see animals in shelters. I don't love to see them abandoned. I want them to all end up somewhere. But ultimately, though, like realistically, my goal is to just keep doing this. I absolutely love what I do. I mean, it sucks some days. It's rough. I mean, there's definitely a lot of aspects of it that are not glamorous. It's like I said, when we first started talking, like people come in and they're like, oh, I would love to do this. And I just kind of get quiet and I'm like, oh, well, you know, what you see is the end result basically. But what you don't see is everything that we had to do to get them where they are. And and that's not to say that every single animal that comes through here is, you know, abused, neglected, and all that kind of stuff. You know, that's not necessarily true, but the ones that are, it hits you hard. I mean, it's definitely something that sticks with you. And then when they leave, it's hard too. But you just have to kind of like let yourself be selfless for a second and realize that there's always somebody else that needs you. That there's always more to do and that you're never done. But ultimately, my goal is to just do this and keep doing it until I lose my mind, I guess. But I always tell people that too. Like when they leave, they do take a little piece of your heart with them. It is hard to see them go, but it's so rewarding at the same time. Like for whatever reason, it never stops being worth it to me. I absolutely love what I do.
You know, I'm so happy there's people like you out there and helping the dogs and the cats. Like I feel so bad when I'm looking at adoption sites and I have to filter it out to go to like 1 to 2 year dogs, because when I see the ones that are 9, 10 up for adoption, I'm just looking on my computer. I'm like, why? Oh, sorry, my thing. I dropped my headset. But when I see the ones that are 9, 10, 11, I'm like, why are you up for adoption? Like, you probably only got a couple of years left. Like, why would someone do that to you? Like, I don't know the situation, but it sucks. And it's good that you're doing what you do and helping them out, and at least you get to spend the time. It sucks that they leave you and you have a bond, but at least you get satisfaction that hopefully you gave them to a good home family. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that's the other thing that I people will be like, well, I don't know how you'd foster. I don't know how to let them go and everything. It's like, well, I think of it as like and to go back to what I said before, I didn't let a couple of them go. We're all a little crazy, but I get to know so many of them. I get to love them for a little bit of their time, and their time is always too short. I mean, animals in general, I feel like, it always sucks because their time is too short. Cats will live to be like 20, and I'm still like, let me get 5 more years,
Jesus Christ, that's an old cat.
I know.
Cats shouldn't live that long. That's too old. That's too old for a cat. I'm sorry. But I get to know them for a little bit of time. It is very rewarding when you see them go from like the bottom to where they're ready to find where they're ready to find their home. So it is a little bit rough, but the best advice that anybody ever gave to me when I first started doing this was, and it still resonates with me, and it's still something that I tell the people that I mentor now, is that if it is right, your heart will let you let go. And that is something that has resonated with me for 6 years now, is that, if you find that right person and that person is right for that animal, it's a happy feeling. It's not like it's always a bittersweet moment, but it's never like I can't do this, I don't want to see you walk out the door type of thing. So that's awesome. The animals give you, they're going to give you all the time in the world, man, and you got to give it right back. So
yes. Sometimes like 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm not ready to get up yet, but it's they'll give you the time for sure.
Yeah. So I got one last thing I'm curious about is that, I don't know, I'll tell you mine. We're going to go back and forth, but you tell me first, and I'm going to tell you mine. What's your exotic animal that you want? Like, not want to own, but like, what's the exotic, like, what exotic animal do you want to go to?
God.
Is it in Africa, Australia, New Zealand? There's got to be like this animal that you're so intrigued to see. I got two. I'll tell you, but you tell me first.
Okay.
I got a bucket list for me.
Okay. All right. Mine, I would say, like, when I think about like animals that I truly enjoy or that fascinate me, do you know what an elephant shrew is?
Nope, but I'm going to Google it right now.
It's a little rodent, and it's got like a little elephant nose, and they make me laugh so much. Like, every time I see, you see what I mean?
It looks like a hamster with an anteater's face.
Like, how is that not entertaining? Like, that is pure entertainment to me. They're just sitting there.
Go on, sorry, finish. Go on.
It's just fascinating, So like, if I could see something that would bring me that much like joy every day, like that sounds like a good time to me.
This thing is like a mix between a rat, anteater, and hamster. This is ridiculous. Right? And there's this picture of this one smiling.
But it's entertaining, right? Like that.
So entertaining. This one's sticking his tongue out. That's great.
Do you see what I mean? Though it makes you laugh. Like it brings a smile to your face. So, but no, I'd love to know what yours would be.
Okay, my turn. So I'm Bam Bam. And hi, I'm Bam Bam, and this is what I want to do. Do you remember Jackass? That's why I always say that. Do you remember Jackass?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is the Rocket, or some stupid shit.
Yes.
I am Bam.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm Johnny Knoxville.
Devo.
So my two. First one is a Quokka. You know.
Okay.
You know.
That's fast. Yes, I know what
I
that
want to
is.
take a selfie with a Quokka.
Okay, that's very cool.
They're like in Australia. Like I see all these pictures, celebrities or everyone, and these rodents just
Sure.
for some reason like taking selfies. I don't get it. It's crazy.
Fascinating. That's fascinating. Yeah, they're so cute too. They're just like smiling all the time. Like,
Yeah,
I
they're
love
like
it.
wee.
They're so fucking happy to be alive. They're like, yeah.
I know. My favorite one was Chris Hemsworth. He played Thor in Marvel. He took a selfie with one, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Fucking Thor took a picture with a Quokka.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. I love that.
And then my second one, I want to box a kangaroo.
Okay.
I want to fight a kangaroo. That's on my bucket list.
That's a rough one, man.
Not like the big kangaroos because they're fucking jacked. There's no way I'm gonna fight the big one. I'm gonna go for a wallaby. I told this to an Australian. I worked with this Australian guy once, right? And I told him I want to fight a kangaroo, but not the big one, the wallaby, the smaller one, like half my size. And he's like, "Oh, that's fucking ridiculous. It's like fighting a child," you know? I was like, yeah, but a fucking child isn't gonna like bounce back on his tail and kick me in the fucking stomach now, is he?
Right.
I'd say it's fair game, man.
Yeah. So I will admit, like, I had that same thought process for a brief moment, and then I was like, actually, that thing could probably mess you up pretty good.
Well, that's why you got to fight the smaller one, not the big one. The big one, if you kick, you break your ribs.
That's what I'm saying, though. The little one can still mess you up. I feel like, you know,
I think
they
it'll
can
be
do some
fun.
damage.
I thought about it a lot. Like I have a plan, so I'm gonna walk up to him, gonna give him a little treat, just to show, little. Like, here you go, little buddy. And he'll be like, he's going to eat it. And then I'm going to fucking smack him in the nose. And I'm going to put my fucking fist, I'm going to put my fist up.
No, you can't build that trust and then, like, knock it out. Like, you can't.
No. I'm not going to knock. I didn't say I was going to hit him hard in the nose. I'm going to give him a little fucking slap in the nose so he knows it's on. And I'm going to put my fist up.
Just a pop.
Yeah, a little pop in the fucking nose. And then he's going to be like, huh? He's like, did you just do that? And I'll be like, fucking right I did. I'm going to put my fists up. And then it's like, see how this works out.
All right. Why wouldn't you just take the food back away from him?
That actually might be a good idea. Kind of like pull it back and forth. Like every time he tries to bite it. Hee.
And then he's going to get like an uppercut, Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get an uppercut. I got to kick him.
Yeah.
Because I used to do jiu-jitsu, right? So I'm going to give him a couple of front kicks in the stomach. So he knows that I'm fucking serious. And we'll see how it goes.
So that he knows that you're like an equal competitor.
Yeah, basically. Watch, with my luck, some big ass mama fucking kangaroo's gonna come up behind me, fucking knock me on my ass.
Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me, sir. This is not gonna work. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I can't wait to go to Australia. So many cool things.
Well, let me know how that works out for you. I'll be anxiously awaiting. However, yeah.
Nice. Well, hey, thanks for doing my podcast. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was a fucking blast.
I know you're like, you really want me on your podcast? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe if there's any regrets, my bad.
Well, I just hope everything you said, you're just confident in what you said because it's gonna be online, so you can show your friends. And
well, I don't know. I guess I'll get some flack or I won't. I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't say anything. You said everything nice. It was good. It was good. It was interesting. It was fun. It was entertaining. I loved it. It was great. This is why I do this. This is why I do this. To talk to people like you.
Yeah, this was a great time. And this is the first podcast I've ever done, so that's also something that I can
Yeah, took your V card on that one.
be like, It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Podcasts, I love them. I mean, I just like immerse myself in those, so it's entertaining.
Yeah, I'm all over that shit. All right. Well, you go fucking pet the cats and dogs. Tell Garfield I said hi.
He actually just put himself in a box on the desk here, like, you know, the very typical cat thing. Like,
Turn your phone. Turn your phone. Let's see it. Let's see it.
All right. He is. Can you see him in the
Oh,
box?
he's full on in that box. He's got his little paw.
It's full on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, the little footsie here. Yeah.
Little footsie, hey, Garfield.
Yeah. Those are my important documents that need filed, but it's fine. At least I know they're not going anywhere.
Paperweight. Well, you enjoy your
he's
trip.
Great. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll. I look forward to more shows from you.
Sounds good. Hey, you know what? Keep in touch.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
We'll
right.
talk to you.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. You too. Bye.